gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BVO Boxing, and today's episode of the Road with the Punches podcast is sponsored by High Intentions. If you're in the Akron Cleveland area, make sure you stop by High Intentions for all your flour, your oil, and cannabis needs. Also, too, we got the new thing, CBD gummies. So make sure you stop by to get your CBD gummies at High Intentions, and don't forget about our main sponsor. Thank you so much to Raycon. That's Raycon. Go to Raycon Global. We actually are having a 25% off sale right now as we speak. So for your gym, your running, your podcasting, whatever you need, make sure you go to Raycon. So we got a big guest coming on. We waiting on him to come through. But I got my guy in the house, man. The only Puerto Rican I know, my man Tommy, and of course I got the other Puerto Rican, the Puerto Rican Prince himself, D Free. So before we get started, man, I want to ask you guys something about boxing, man. What do you guys think about this whole new TKO deal with Dana White and the Sheik?
I don't know what too much to think of it. I mean, I guess Dana White looking to find some way to get some extra money. He already robbing the daggone UFC fighter, so he's trying to find another way to get some extra cash in his pockets.
It's pretty interesting. I mean, I read some of it. It sounds like they're going to be just trying to find fighters all over the world and stuff, like find them in different like countries and stuff like that. I mean, he already deals with 360 Promotions, and he has the UFC Fight Pass. So he has, Kalen Walsh is probably, Tom Laughlin's biggest fighter right now, and he has something to do with that, with the Fight Pass. So I'm very curious to see what this is all about. I got to read more into it, but it sounds like they're going to be getting like, these prospects or fighters from different areas of the world or something like that. So,
yeah, I mean, from what I gathered from it, it looks like they're going to try to get the guys before they become a star. And if they do that, they'll be able to kind of pay them a certain amount of whatever while they're coming up. Because the thing is, it helps you prevent a Tank Davis from being born or Floyd Mayweather, because those guys are bad for the system, so to speak. So that's what that'll do. That'll kind of stop.
How? In what way? What do you mean?
Well, what I'm saying is, if they used to get a certain amount of money, it's almost like when you see an elephant tied to a rope, because they got them when they was babies. They don't know anything else. To where I think that's what they're trying to do, slowly but surely change the culture. Because think about the anything you think about now. Think about the NFL. When we were growing up, people got hit when they went across the middle. Now you don't. So, but they start teaching that younger and younger and younger. And when you teach that, that makes it easier for those guys to already accept. So if you want somebody to comply, make it teach them young before they get their own mind, before they get their own direction. You can't change the Tank. You can't change the Canelo. You can't change those guys. So really, that's what. Let's get the next guy. Let's get the Abdullah Mason. Let's get the Ishmael Mason that's coming. Let's get the Joseph Brown that's coming. All those guys that's coming, get them young, keep them broke, and we're gonna get the best out of them. That's just how that works.
So that's basically what they're doing. And then I guess I read some of it right. Like they're gonna try to get these young people from all over the world before they, find kind of like the diamond in the rough, right? Like, like a Abdullah Mason, right? Before they become like 25, 26, where they got to work way up, because there's a lot of fighters that we know of, like even in our areas, right? Like I talk about a fighter all the time from the Bronx, and he's like 25, 26, but not many people know of him. Like fighters know of him because he spars with them all the time, but not many people, know about him because he's not getting managed or promoted, like these other big stars. So I figured it's something to do with that they were going to try to find, find talent.
Get the places, like stuff like that. Like the ring masters that's really bringing a lot of talent out of New York. Because Brooklyn and surprisingly the Bronx have got some really great young fighters, man. So shout out to my man Sharif Olney. good young fighter coming out of the Bronx. The
Mm.
Bronx got a couple guys. I mean, they got more smaller guys, but nothing could compare to like East New York or Brooklyn. But they're doing a good job with the ring masters and bringing the up and coming talent, because ring masters is really, if you're looking for the next superstar, you got to be at the ring masters. And that's just the guys on the shoot. I want to do a better job of coming from Cleveland to the ring masters, because I've seen a couple guys that look like they're gonna be terrific when they in the ring match. So you're gonna see. So you're gonna see Dana White, because you gotta remember Dana White is a very good talent evaluator, because he found Izzy, and he found a lot of those guys himself. So he's gonna be able to know what he's looking for, and he might mess around just going to the ring match. I'm telling you, it's a couple guys in the ring match that's gonna do something, man. He said Brooklyn has the Puerto Ricans. He said Brooklyn has Dominicans. It does. It does.
The Bronx has Dominicans.
Um,
Well, with that note, I see that you've been trying to kind of like, treat the Bronx a little badly here. I'm going to say it as nice as possible. I don't want to curse, but I like how you did that. How you explained it. How in the Bronx, they have okay fighters, and the Brooklyn has really good fighters. That's okay. But let's shout out the people in the chat, the people that came through to say what's up and see us today. Can you do that, or you want me to do that? Just shout them out.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. As you say, whatever. Oh, I'm with you, Mo.
Yeah. So, like, Crust the Legend was good, man. Salute to you. Marky Dan, the historian, what's going on? Jose Diaz, what's going on? Thanks for coming through. Prize Fighter, what's good? What's good? Thanks for coming through. My man Clarence, No Duck Zone podcast, was good. Clarence was at the press conference yesterday, got some good content. Salute to you. My man Frontline, one of the greatest Puerto Ricans I know. Salute to you. And that's it for now, but they're coming in. Salute to anybody that's watching right now, and thanks for coming through. But there's talent. I think there's talent all over. It's just a matter of fact. It's just a matter of who's finding them and how they're being brought up. Some people are lucky. Some people got good backgrounds as far as like they were in the Olympics, or they won the Golden Glove, so they got spotted that way. And then you got fighters that got limited amateur experience that they turn pro, and not many people know of them, and it's hard for them to find fights. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Shout out to the War Report, Oddfella, salute to you, and my man Ernest was good. Salute. And Bruce Gas Boxing, what's going on, bro? Salute.
Hey, thanks for the gummies, Bruce, man. I appreciate you, man. You had me on my couch sleep for 3 hours, man.
Dub is out of Dub right side is already in the chat, and he's out of order right now, already asking for the link, and we didn't even get our guest of honor yet. So
yeah, salute the Dub, man. Dub tried to steal my car, man. I seen it on the Ring doorbell, but it's all right, Dub. I got you on tape, man. I got you on tape, bro. I got you on tape.
You got to share that video. I got the Ring doorbell too. You can share that video. So
you got the doorbell in the apartment? Wow, that's cool. I know you can do that. Would you put it against the brick and it works? Wow.
Man, you act like Cleveland is so much better than the Bronx.
Oh man, because I thought the Bronx burned down, so that's my fault. I thought the Bronx burned down, so I wasn't sure. But I will say this though, man. One thing I will say about the Bronx, man, it's a great city, home of one of my favorite teams growing up, the New York Yankees, man. So one thing I will say about the Bronx, they got great people there, man. Great food. Only thing is stay away from Soundview, because those Puerto Ricans will cut you. It's just that simple. They will cut you. They'll cut you, man.
I did pretty well in Soundview. I'm born and raised and grew up in Soundview, so I think I done well. So,
did you run track back then though? Then they chase you up and down the block?
Listen, when I was younger, you had to do what you had to do to survive. So
so that all jokes aside, I want to ask you guys this. We've been hearing a lot about the boxing and boxers fighting. It's an issue I kind of want to get into, and all the way for our guests. I want to see, what do you guys think about race becoming so important in boxing now? What do you guys think about that?
Race always been important in boxing. It goes all the way back to when it first started. It's always been like that. It's just I'm not gonna say a lot more people paying attention to it now, because they paid attention to it back in the 50s and the 60s, but it kind of died away a little bit in the 90s. but it's starting to come back and show itself again now that we're in the mid 2000s.
Yeah. And the reason I say that is there's an old saying that just because someone looks like you doesn't mean that they are down for you. And I feel like this, and I could be wrong. I just feel like a lot of the fighters that people follow, your Tank Davises, people like that, I feel like those guys don't necessarily worry about trying to do right by their brothers or things of that nature. What do you guys think about that?
I don't think that's true. I think it's more so they because they are of a certain level of being a star, they
Mm-hmm.
want to deal with channels that is more established. They don't really want to deal with the smaller channels because a lot of those channels that they get interviewed by, they pay for those interviews. It's not them doing interviews for free. A lot of them joints, they pay
No,
for
no,
interviews. So
no, I'm not talking about us as podcasters. I'm talking about they're okay, I'll give
mhm.
you an example. And this is me being totally serious on this. There was a time when you asked Muhammad Ali, what's the most important thing to you, Muhammad? He said to do right by our people and to make sure that I'm giving a good example. I don't necessarily see fathers of today worried about the young kids because I think too much we don't care about the young kids and the guys that are like in their 50s and 60s. They felt a lot of us millennials and guys, you guys age as well in your late 40s. So now we kind of at the point now where it's like it's another generation coming, and I think we got to do a better job of embracing those guys because if not, just hear me out. If not, you're gonna get what you get now with the whole YN movement and guys being extra violent for no reason. I mean, Tommy, you've seen it just like I seen it in Cleveland. These guys are more violent than they ever been. Um, Go ahead, Free.
No, well, you gotta think about it. It depends on the people that you're talking about. Like Tank Davis help out the youth. You have Bud Crawford, he helps out the youth. You got some of these fighters, but you got to look at the age bracket that you talking about these fighters. Like when you look at guys like Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis, those guys are still relatively young themselves. So they haven't fully established their career yet to be able to get back to the youth. Now they do some things for the youth, but they not in that position where they can fully focus on the youth like that because they still working on their career as it is because they relatively young. They said like Shakur is what 26, 27, Keyshawn
Yes.
25, 26. So these guys are still relatively kids themselves. So they still trying to work on themselves. So when you look at like guys like Muhammad Ali when he was doing it, he was in his 30s. It wasn't when he was 21, 20, 24 years old. It was when he was older. His career was more established. So it's the same thing with Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard started
He
his
started
gym when he was in his 30s.
about at 25. I just want to put that out there. The
Who?
whole idea of top rank, which is called top rank now, main bout was something that came up when he was 25.
Yeah, but it wasn't him starting it. It was somebody had an idea and they brought him along. It wasn't him starting it. He didn't say I want to start my own promotional company or
But it was Jim.
my
You're right.
own
It was
brand.
Jim Brown who was older. You're right. Jim Brown who was older.
Yeah, it was somebody else that brought Muhammad Ali along because Muhammad Ali was a star and they wanted him to be the figurehead. So they brought him along and Muhammad Ali ran with it, and it is what it is today. But I mean, you got to look at the age bracket because I look at it's like my son. My son is 25 years old. I
Mm-hmm.
don't expect my son to be out here working with the youth. He's still trying to find himself right now.
Salute to my man CJ.
Yeah. I think it's all opinionated. I mean, we don't know for sure who's doing what and who's helping. I think it all depends on the age, like D Free said, and I think it also depends on how much money these fighters are making. I mean, if they're big stars and they're making money, they can hire publicists where they schedule, appearances and stuff like that. And then if you're not making money, there's a lot of fighters personally that I know. I know fighters here in the city, and BVO, some fighters here in my city as well in East New York that they do work with the youth in their own gyms. I mean, they're not working they're not working out or training in some luxurious gym. They're training in the regular gyms that they trained themselves when they first started. And there's a lot of young kids there, and the youth and those young kids are looking up to those fighters as well. You know, like I said, I know 2 fighters right now in the Bronx that I've had on my show, and you know, they're still professionals now. Both, you know, one got a few losses and one is undefeated, and they work with fighters and they train fighters and they work out with them and work out with young kids and show them, you know, some steps and some, you know, how to throw punches and stuff like that, you know. Not sure that's recommended for
Ben Israel. Somebody time him out, bro. Somebody time out Ben Israel. You talking crazy. Ben Israel, somebody time him out. We're not gonna disrespect people who show us love. Somebody time Ben Israel out. My bad, Tommy. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, you know, it all depends. We don't know per se. Like I said, if you have if some of these fighters like a Sugar Ray Leonard back then, you know, when he was young, but he was making a lot of money, and you know, I'm sure he had a publicist that helped him out and scheduled appearances to visit schools or visit whatever. Then you have guys like, I'll give you another example, O'Shaquie Foster. When O'Shaquie Foster came for the first time to New York to fight, when he fought Abraham Nova over here in the Garden, he visited 2 schools. One of them was in the Bronx, and he showed love, and that was something he wanted to do, you know. And I think they gave out sneakers. So I mean, I think it all depends on, you know, how much money you make. It depends on, you know, your team and you know, who's around your team helping you make these appearances, and it all depends on the character as well, I guess, you know. So not everybody's going to do it. You know, I think one of the problems we see here with the young fighters is that a lot of these young fighters that we see now are making probably too much money and more money than back then that young fighters were making, you know. So, you know, I think it's all based on opinion, you know.
And you know what? I know one thing about my man, Puerto Rican Tommy. He's a lover. He's not gonna always talk. He's not gonna always say the thing that we need to say. But what Free said was very powerful, man. I just think that it's very important to bring the next generation along. And I feel like I don't know if we do a good enough job of doing that. I don't know if we could do more. I don't know if we could help do more, but I just think what you see now is a lot of people only kind of focused on what they got going. And I think that the thing that made the generations ahead of us better was that they worried about not just themselves, but everybody else. It's crazy. It's just one of them things. So I just personally, I just hope we can do better with that. And I think that's just the most important thing. But let me ask you guys this. So when you see a guy, like New York State athletic commission saying that they might overturn a fight, you think that's good or bad?
I think it's good. I think it's a statement, you know, being made that they want to make the right calls, and they want, you know, what's right for boxing. You know, something bad happened, right? They missed a call, and then all of a sudden the replay didn't work as well. That was another thing, and there was a couple other things that the referee missed. And I think them wanting to get it right is right. Now, I don't know if they can overturn a decision. I think what they can do is maybe score a no contest or maybe score a disqualification. I don't think they can overrule and say all of a sudden it's a knockdown, and that point was the difference in the fight. And the reason why I say that, because it happened, I believe it was in the 9th round, right? Nobody knows what would have happened if they scored it a knockdown. We don't know how they would have fought in the 10th, 11th, 12th based on if they called it a knockdown. We don't know if Tank steps on the gas more. We don't know if Roach is more reserved. You know, it's a lot of things into play, you know. So, like, if there's for example, if there's a protest in baseball, right? I used to coach baseball, right? When you protest, you're protesting based on a rule that was missed or a rule that was misinterpreted. And if you win that protest, they have to start the game at when you made the protest, and whatever happened after it does not count, and they got to replay the game until it's finished at that point. You can't do that in boxing. So I don't know if they can overturn it and just give him a loss like that. I'd be shocked if they did it. I think the best case scenario is they can rule it a DQ because of, you know, the coach coming up to the apron with the towel. So that's
I agree with Thomas. It's kind of hard to overturn it to a win. Now, if it happened in the 12th round, then maybe they would be able to do it. But because it was still like 3.5 rounds left, it's kind of hard because, like Thomas said, you don't know what these guys would have did after the knockdown. We don't know if Lamont would have started reserving his energy because he felt like he got the fight in the bag. So they most likely, if they are going to overturn it, it's going to be a no contest, most
Yeah,
likely.
that's what I think. I think yeah, and then I think that the best way to explain it is like if you protest a baseball game or whatever, like they got to replay it from that start up, but you can't do that in boxing. You feel me? So yeah, I don't think they can overturn it. It's unfortunate. I think Willis did a terrible job in that fight. I spoke about it numerous times. I spoke about Willis in the past before. I spoke about it in the past, and he's been bad for over a year and a half. I've been complaining about him. So
Yeah. So we got our
but there
special
he is,
guest.
right there.
What up, y'all?
What's going on, Coach? How you feeling, man?
I'm
That's
feeling
good.
good. Feeling real good. How y'all feeling?
We doing good, man.
That's a good thing.
All right.
So to start off, man, I gotta ask you this. What did you think about the whole Tank and Lamont Roach fight?
It was a good fight. It was a good fight.
Who did you have winning?
It don't matter who I had with it. A draw is a draw. So I mean, it is what it is. We just
Mm,
got it now. We got to sit and wait though to after their rematch because Floyd is number 2 in the WBA and it's no number 1 right now. So
yeah.
Floyd is the mandatory. So and Floyd hold the WBA title, held it for a year and a half. So it's almost time for him to go for that world title.
Oh, so he's the regular champion?
Floyd is the international champion, WBA international champion. That held that belt,
Okay.
and that at the international, for most people that don't understand, a lot of people don't understand boxing, and they don't understand the reason to get the smaller belts. The international title entitles you to challenge the world champion at any time you want for holding that belt, and that's in their bylaws. So um, we just it's like a winning card. Whenever we ready to say, "Yo, listen, we want that shot," then we the mandatory. It's time for us to get that shot.
So
Okay.
that being said, is that somebody you would want to fight at Tank Davis?
Why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
I
Well, I
mean,
mean, not because he pack a punch, man. That's the main thing. He pack a
Floyd
punch.
pack a punch too, and Floyd been in 2 camps with Tank.
Oh yeah.
Floyd since he was a kid got Shakur ready for his fights, his
Mm.
championship fights. Devin Haney ready for his championship fight for Gamboa. Robert Easton Jr. And the list go on. JoJo Diaz to fight Devin. So he been getting champions ready since he was 17 years old. People just don't know that, but the champions know that. Um, so it is what it is. I've been saying he the greatest boxer of all time. Not one champion came out and said no, he not. He
Mm,
also went in camp with Sean Porter getting ready for the Crawford fight. Now, this is a kid. This is a dude with one pro fight and then they're rocking with them, not getting beat up by them at all and getting called back to their camp. So it's time the fans get to know who Kid Austin is because the people behind the scenes know. He even shared the ring with Mason. And no disrespect to Mason, because Mason is one of the most talented ones out there. But I had to tell Floyd to tone it down on Mason through defense. And that ain't popping crap. That's a fact. There was witnesses there, everything else. So none of these guys are threat. We want to fight them because a loss don't mean nothing to us. All the greatest boxers have a loss because they take the risk. And Floyd want legacy. He's not trying to do this paper champion thing because he grew up off of Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Willie Pep. You ask him who his favorite fighters is, Willie Pep. So he know the 5 styles of boxing. He's a student of boxing. He didn't go to school. I sat him in front of a TV all day studying the 5 styles of boxing since a kid. Since 9, he's been homeschooled doing this. So it's just crazy. People just don't know about him yet, but they're gonna get to know about him. But sorry, I took up so much, but I just wanted to introduce my son to the world.
mhm.
Well, that's what you're here for, man. Because I think, maybe it's just me, but I like to see fathers involved because I mean, Jesus Christ, the media say we don't do nothing. So I
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
like to see brothers involved, man.
Yeah,
So
that's the one sport that brothers usually are involved.
Mm.
Whether the coach is like a dad or whether the real dad. So I hope boxing can survive because that's a bond of men.
yeah. So I want to ask you something, man. This is a little bit off of boxing, but I just want to get your opinion on this. What do you think about what we're seeing where we have so many people not concerned about the youth? We were talking about that a little bit before you got up here, but what do you think about so many people saying, oh, it's not my job to look out for these young kids? What do you think about that?
That mindset is by design. It's been decades to program people like that. Remember, this is all programming. All of us is programmed. We programmed by somebody. So the people that think like that was programmed off of somebody that think like that. Because the youth is the future. One day we're gonna be older. If we don't improve it for the youth, how is it gonna be for us when we become seniors? Bill wise.
Hmm.
Like, yo, people not thinking like, yo, we got to do right by our youth. We got to grow them right. We got to get the economics right back with them. Then maybe senior citizens will get their social security and it will look like something. Or inflation won't be up in that neighborhood because they learned how to control the neighborhood they live in. So they could bring the prices down. They could bring their own oil in. It's like so much. As a people, we lost. Not just as the youth, the elders are lost. It's just everything is social media. Everything is social media. It's crazy. But
Yeah.
I'm an elder, so that's the way I see it. Is and I'm not trying to change the world, so they don't have to come after me. I ain't even go front. My son is getting on. My son is getting on the side of that street, man, because that's freedom over there. And most people don't understand that you got to play by their system. And my son is about to be free. That's why we did this to free my bloodline. So I hope people wake up and find out what's going on, and their whole bloodline gonna be a sting. Their ancestors would never be able to come back through their future. It's so deep what's happening, but it is what it is.
And the reason I say that because, and I like what you're saying because you're making a lot of sense, man. And we don't hear this much, but I just feel like so many times, and maybe because we a black and brown channel, usually I'll admit that, but I just don't understand why there's such a dislike for people that look like each other. I don't know about that. Don't you notice that where it's always we real quick to tear each other down, but we don't have nothing to say when somebody else do something. I'll
Look
be
at the
always
Willie
wanting
Lynch.
that. Just me that see that. Go ahead.
Look at the Willie Lynch letters. He showed them how to train a slave. People. The funny thing is, people don't even realize they slaves. Because the chains was taken off, they don't realize that they got a bunch of masters. The person that they work to pay that electric bill, that's one of their masters. Whoever owned that house, that landlord, that's one of their masters. So they slaving and burning their energy where they can't even use their spiritual gifts and manifest nothing because they caught in this rat race. They forget that they spirits having a human experience, man. It ain't no black, it ain't no brown, it ain't no white. I mean, come on, we programmed with that stuff. It's programmed to divide people, shades, hairstyle, hair texture, economics. It's so divided, it's crazy. So for me, I don't exist in that world. I know I'm a spirit having a human experience. Everybody, what they seeing in boxing is just something I manifested in my head. Even to
Yeah,
the
that's
point
like I
they
never
call
heard
it
that,
that
man.
now.
That's
People
cold. I
got to
like that one.
realize they gods. And the Bible will tell you you created an image of what? Not a man. But people forgot and they stopped creating and they dead. So I'm hoping this message reach some and they understand, look within. That's the fifth dimension. And within, they still stuck in the third dimension while the rest of this world moving on the fifth dimension. It's crazy. But anyway, I don't want to preach.
No, but that's what we here to have. That's what we here to do. I want to ask you this, man. So that being said, what do you think about having guys that are openly racist in the sport that you're a part of? Where you got guys like Ryan, you got guys like Teofimo, who I actually used to love. Everybody know BVO loved Teofimo Lopez, but I actually had to back away from him. What do you think about guys being openly racist? This is something brand new. We haven't seen this since like the 30s and 40s. This is different. I think you're on mute, brother.
Oh, your mic it out. Yeah,
We
he's
can't
on
hear you.
mute.
We can't hear you, coach. You're on mute.
No, it's his mic. I don't. He's not on mute. It's his mic.
We
Yeah.
can't hear.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Coach.
Yeah, you got to come back in.
Yeah. Hey, that was like something you would say, Tommy. That spiritual stuff, having a human
You think
experience.
that's what I was saying? You always clowning me for being too nice.
No, no, but that's what we call the man of God.
That's Let me add him. I'm Adam right now. Adam.
Okay. Can you
Yeah.
hear us, Coach?
Yeah, I can hear y'all now.
All right.
Okay,
You good?
okay.
So what was the
Go back to what
question?
you were saying. Go ahead.
Y'all was saying the Terafimo, is it openly, and that's when it cut off. I can hear y'all.
No, I was saying I was saying you in boxing now. What do you think about having guys be openly racist now? Like you got Ryan saying he hates all Muslims and blacks. He want to kill George Floyd again. Then you got T.O. calling us monkeys and stuff. Like I never thought you would hear stuff like that. You know what I mean? Not in 2025.
Yeah, I mean, if you could consider, what is race, man?
Mhm.
That's a programming. What is race?
So
So
so wait.
it's just a being, another spirit,
No.
because we all energy. It's just this energetic being is tuning into a frequency that's causing feelings within that other being. It's like transmitting energy. So the viewer is looking at it and getting offended. He's racist, but never look at the fact that there's no such thing as race. All of this is just waveforms. We project whatever we want to project up here. So when he talk about that, that don't reflect what me. I know I'm not a race. I know I'm a spiritual being. So to me, I'm elevated somewhere else. For you to get offended from that, you're identifying with the third dimension, the I am. You're making yourself this being, and that's crazy because you're not this being. So I hope y'all can understand that. So that don't bother me when somebody talk of races, all that other stuff. There's no such thing as a race, man.
So
None.
so so with Teofimo saying the things that he said and Ryan Garcia, that doesn't bother you? Why?
Why would it
I
bother
mean,
me?
no, for him to say
Why,
things like that. But what if he was said it was towards you and or maybe towards your
but
son?
that's the thing. He didn't
Yeah.
say it towards me. So who am I to judge? Like they say in the Bible, only God could judge. Who am I to judge that man for his statement? Because to me, that's not resonating with me. He not talking to me. I don't believe in race, you know. And I choose not to dwell there or reflect on that. It's so much more we can reflect on in the world. So him making a statement about a monkey, I know I'm not a monkey. So why would I care about an ignorant statement? So it's just where people want to resonate at, the frequency they choose to be on. Um, and at this point in my life, I realize, all of us is on borrowed time.
Yeah, that's
None
true.
of us control shit. We don't control our breathing. It's a source control. Not we don't even control the electrical pulses bouncing around in our brain. We didn't plug into no socket, but we electrical up here. Come on now, is a bigger picture, and we here to observe and love, not judge, not judge. One day, all of us gonna have the answer for everything, everything. So y'all don't got time to resonate on that area. Just look at the brother with love, saying maybe he need help in his understanding.
Well, when you talk like that, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you, brother Floyd. That'll get you hit in the head with a pipe, man. Talking like that monkey, that'll get you hit in the head with a pipe, man. Because I'm gonna tell you a story, and I usually don't talk about this kind of stuff. My aunt Sarah was from Wynn, Arkansas, and she told me the story of how when she was growing up in Arkansas, this is in the 40 the late 40s. They would have to get off the sidewalk and let people walk past them, and whether they're in the mud or not, they would have to do that. They had to bow. So words like boy, a man could be 80 years old and they would call him boy. So I mean, when you hear that kind of stuff from like someone like her, it kind of put into me to where I don't play them games where I would never call nobody black a monkey. I would never call nobody black anything like that because I feel like those racial epithets are horrible, man, because I know what you mean about being a spiritual being because we are. We are going to return, in my opinion, to Christ. But I just think to say that to me is just so out of pocket. That's all I mean when I say like, I don't know where he get off thing he can talk like that. That's my main thing. You know what I mean? I don't know if that bothers you, but I can't believe he can believe he can talk like that, and that's okay. You know what I mean? That's
Why does it?
anybody
Why
can talk
does it
about
really?
blacks, and that's okay.
Why
Go ahead.
does it bother you though? That's the part I'm not getting. He didn't say it towards you. So why would it matter? It's
Well, you don't
funny
think?
that it's
Go
funny
ahead.
that we stand up for race off of a comment. But look at the neighborhoods. What are we doing there? Forget a
Yeah, but
state up being monkeys. Why don't we go help our uncivilized, the ones that's projecting certain things? If we want to help the frequency, but
yeah,
I choose not to be there,
yeah.
brother. I came from there. I came from I came from my own color when I was stuck in that moment. My own color being the devil, being the acting like the beast, the monkey, the gorilla. I've been shot
Mm,
over not even knowing the brother.
mm,
Just off of some jealousy stuff. No matter what I thought about getting out of the hood, I was bullied when I was younger.
mm,
And this was my own brown, the ones acting like the apes. And the weirdest thing to me is I found
mm,
love through people that look like me as well as people shades lighter than me.
For
It's
sure.
the being that matter. So that if a person speaks something, only you have the power to resonate on that. Now, I'm sorry about what your aunt told you or anything else like that.
Yeah.
But you can't hold on to that. That's an anchor. That's programming.
Right.
You got to free yourself because that's dropping one of the chains.
but
So,
I gotta. But can I say something? I gotta kind of
what?
respectfully disagree because when you got a guy like Tiafimo, Ryan Garcia, guys that they're public figures, like they're athletes, they're public figures, and they make these comments. They're saying these comments. They're not maybe saying it to you, but they're saying it to people that look like you. So that means if he's
How?
saying it to them, he's saying, yeah.
How? The people that look like me, not monkeys.
I,
So
I
that's what I'm
understand that,
saying. So
but
who is the
that's
comment
how they
for? The
interpret it.
monkey?
When they make comments like that, they're talking about all people that look like
Listen,
you. That's
brother,
what I'm trying to
only,
say. And
only,
I think that's
only.
disrespectful. I mean,
No, but
I would take it as disrespect. That's just me personally. But I
nothing wrong
mean,
with that. Nothing wrong with that. That's where you
yeah.
choose to resonate at. I don't choose to resonate there.
So
It's a
before
waste of my
before
time. Why would I even waste my brain cells on that? Like
before
to me,
before
it don't make sense.
Yeah.
So I don't
I
care
give
what
you that. I give
statement
you that one, coach.
what he made. The only one who should have got offended is the one that he was talking to. Anybody else that got offended chose to resonate there. They could have moved on with their life. Stuff ain't even reality to me. I don't see no monkeys that look like me. I don't see no monkeys changing into beings right now. That I haven't seen one. If that's where we came from, you have not seen in the zoo one become a man. So I don't dwell on ignorance. I'm sorry. That's ignorance. I'm sorry. Next question. Let's go somewhere else because we spend
Yeah.
valuable time on
No, you're
dumb
right.
stuff
It
we
is
need to
ignorance.
talk.
Absolutely. It's definitely ignorance. But okay. I
Yeah.
mean, I was just
I
curious
put
because
I
that's
put it like
the
this. I put it like
perception of
this.
the way he said it. And the way he
You
says these
still
things, and
dwelling
it's
on.
just
You still dwelling on
yeah.
reflecting off of him.
That's a. I
He's
mean,
not even
you know
part of
what?
the topic no more. Like
I
it's
Yeah.
no
get exactly.
reason to dwell there.
I get exactly what you said, coach. But I'm gonna ask you this: what do you think about Dimitri Bivol getting that one from Arthur Beterbiev? What do you think about him winning that fight?
I don't even care about it. I don't even think about it. That don't resonate with me. That ain't even in our weight class. So usually I only focus on our weight class and opponents in our weight class and styles and techniques they use. So that's what my day mostly consists of. So I don't
Gotcha.
really watch any other boxers unless they close to our weight.
So let me ask you, what's next for Kid Austin?
What's next is to fight and win a world title, then become undisputed at 135, undisputed at 140, and undisputed at 147. That's always the goal. He said he's chasing Henry Armstrong.
Y'all
and
have
and,
some
uh,
y'all,
and he's gonna play Henry Armstrong in the movie coming out. Just wanted to tell y'all that. Good luck to the Henry Armstrong family. But
y'all have somebody that y'all looking to try to match him up with right now, or you just looking over the landscape?
whoever come, our thing is whoever come, man. We
Mm.
tired of calling people out. We've been calling people out forever. We seen the dark side of boxing in a sense. So whoever they put in our way, we gonna bulldoze. We gonna run them over. It's
So
that
let me ask.
simple.
Let me ask. Let's first and foremost, because I don't think anybody asked that. How is Kid Austin? How's he feeling? How's he doing health wise? How is he? How's your son doing?
Oh, my son doing amazing. He made a full recovery. I say this was the best thing for me. This was the best thing that happened because this changed a boy into a man. Like watching y'all see the difference of him in that ring. He ain't playing no more because he know people scared. So he ready. His truth gonna be shown in that ring. I feel bad for all of his other opponents, every single one. To him, it's not a game no more.
So that's his mindset is like he just wants to get back in the ring against whoever right now. He's looking for the top guy. Like what are the plans? What is it? I mean, I know you said undisputed at 135, 140, 147, but what is the plan right now? Like who you guys are looking at right now?
Who you think we looking at? We the mandatory for Tank Davis. Who else would
Okay.
you look at? Is it whoever win this rematch? Who
Mhm.
else is there to look at? We in line for the world title, and we're gonna take the world title, and we're gonna shock the world, like we said, and that's gonna be the end of the movie. And then we're gonna go ahead and finish our journey. This is already planned up here. None of the man. Let me tell y'all this, and I guess y'all probably haven't done that much research on me. Been saying 2 years ago, when Floyd get up to Tank's division, Tank is when up to Tank level, Tank gonna retire. Tank said out of his own mouth, I would never fight that boy. And his coach went online and made a statement, we retiring, but we ain't running from Kid Austin a year. Tank did say that, but more like a big brother. So everything I talk is facts, bro. This ain't no threat for Floyd. Floyd is that guy. He's the real deal, man. And if it hasn't proven when he got cut, lick his blood and ready to rock, man, even when Floyd had his off days getting hit behind the head, the boy still win every round. And people talk about, oh, he get hit. Man, that boy averages he get hit 5 punches a round in 3 minutes. That's his average on stats. So people can say whatever they want about his defense. They not watching the fights for real. So the kid is the real deal. And he just said, Dad, let my talent show. So I'm gonna start respecting him on that. I'm just doing an interview with y'all. I'm gonna respect him on that. He's the real deal, man.
Yeah. And the thing I will say, I get what you're saying. I've been watching Kid Austin because I like him because you don't really meet. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I like the brother because he's soft spoken. That's more like Ray Leonard. Sometimes it's cool to have all that talking and crazy stuff. I like guys like him and Devin Haney who are quiet and just do the work because that's what you want your son to do. You don't want your son to be talking like a lady and acting like he got a show beat on his chest every time he do something. So I really say, man, I really like Kid Austin because of that. But I will say, when I seen him against I can't remember that guy he fought, the real small dude. I
Right.
definitely see some things he can work on, but I think what you're doing is good, man. I think what you're doing with him is good because
So I want to ask you a question real fast.
go
I
ahead.
want to hear what he had to work on. But before you tell me what he had to work on, what style was his opponent using, and what's the counter style to that?
Hey, I'm just
No,
a boxing pundit,
I'm
man.
gonna help educate you some. I'm gonna help educate you because people trying to judge, but they haven't even discovered what style was they. Did he use the counter style right? Did he do this? Now he was fighting a swarmer. Mexican style is
Yeah, he
usually a
was fighting
swarm.
Mexican style. Who was coming forward? Who was coming forward?
Right.
But if you it go ahead.
Now the counter style is an outboxer. Now the game plan was Floyd being an outboxer because that's the counter style. That's more like Ali on your feet, moving using the jab more. And that's why in the corner I'm telling him like, yo, but Floyd in that fight, he just got in his ego because Floyd by nature loved banging. He
Yeah,
loved banging. He loved being a swarmer going in, rocking. He want to feel the punches or he get bored. He said that in interviews. And um, Floyd was supposed to use a different style. So when he got in there and they did Swarmer to Swarmer, Floyd just said, Dad, I got bored. He like, yo, I got bored. I want to rock. Floyd ain't going
got
nowhere.
bored.
He ain't going nowhere. That man been hit by bigger, stronger, knocking out middleweights. Floyd Mayweather Sr. said, and it's on video, Kid Austin hit like a big middleweight. It's no
Now,
joke. That boy
I won't.
broke.
Now, coach, I won't deny that. I'm just saying, if you watch him, it seemed like sometimes Kid Austin kind of smothers his work. That's just me. I
Smothered
feel
his
like
birth or smothered the guy's shots. Because if you look at Henry Armstrong coming like that and smothered a shot so they could get a breather. So you got to understand the style that you was watching to know if he did it effectively. But Henry Armstrong family called and said our grandfather was in the ring with him because that's what they seen. But people don't understand styles. They don't
But you
understand
know, Henry
fast
invented what we call
fights.
pocket boxing, though. Like what we
That's
call
not
fighting the
pocket
front.
box. You could call it whatever you want, but it's a style. It's a swarmer versus a swarmer. You're smothering their shot, especially with a Mexican fighter. You got to push them back because they're coming forward is where they strong at, not moving back. So you got to understand the styles that was being used. And then the guy was fighting dirty, going behind the head. Floyd only flaw in that fight is he turned around and tried to bring attention to the ref because he told the ref multiple times he hit me behind the head. That's an illegal shot. So it was a flagrant
But shouldn't
illegal
he
shot,
retaliate? You
and
don't
the
think he
refs
should
watched
retaliate
it.
or something like that?
No, he learned
Because you
from
know,
that.
Andre Ward, when you hit Andre Ward, he was gonna do the same thing. He's gonna do whatever you do. He's gonna do. That's why I brought
No,
that
he
up.
learned. He learned from that. Remember, Floyd is only 22. He ain't even in his prime. Every fight he's learning, and he's not taking
For sure.
easy fights. So he's gonna grow and learn, y'all. He's 22. When I say the greatest boxer of all time, he's developing to that. Imagine him at 30 years old, 32 years old. Like Terrence Crawford and them. He's a baby and up here fighting the world champions or talked about with the world champions. He's a baby. Who else done that? He done it so well. Ford Motors became a sponsor, putting him in commercials, like people movie deals, and yo, just from boxing, people gonna find out who he really is, man. These guys no threat, but when it comes to styles, y'all got to see what y'all was watching and see if he even lost a round.
But see, I'm gonna be honest with you. What Kid Austin has is he's a good guy, and that's equitable now. So him just being how he is, boxing or not, you're gonna want to do business with him because he comes off as a good young man who's about his business and ain't about no games. You know like I know the clean cut black man is gonna always have a ton of money. So I no matter
No,
what, Kid
no.
Austin's gonna do his thing. You know
You
when we
gotta
clean cut, we
understand
get
it's
that money, man.
programming. It's
Go ahead.
programming, brother. You gotta understand it's still spiritual. It's all programming. I'm gonna break it down for you. All of the great ones that they decide to put on their stage have these similarities. A certain
Okay.
complexion, like Kid Austin, like Ali, like Sugar Ray Leonard, no mustache, because they don't want
Right.
no feminine stuff. So I mean, they don't want no masculine stuff. So they can't have a mustache or beard and a mannerism of the way they carry themselves so humble, they more like a boy, a kid, because it's still ran by a master. People don't understand the programming, and that's where they falter at. So to us, it's more spiritual. So I put him in that programming, and he's lined up to be the greatest thing ever and the most publicized one ever because you got to go by their guidelines, man. But y'all be bugging. People don't understand the system they in. They don't understand the matrix they in. So anyway, you can look down in history. The biggest ones they promote, even Joe Louis, same complexion, no mustache, beard, a certain height of hair, and I followed the game plan to the T.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. But I know I got my man from Riverdale, Georgia, man.
Man,
Dylan
Warner
Russell.
Robins, man. I'm from Warner Robins, man. You gonna stop disrespecting my name, brother. You gonna stop disrespecting my name.
What
Shout
up,
out,
y'all?
hey, shout out to Senior, man. Shout out to Senior. Senior, I got a question for you. I hear you speak on the five styles of
Yeah,
boxing and how Kid Austin has been trained in those five styles. Can you
right.
break those five styles down as far as how you trained them and what he should be doing in the ring? When BVO just asked about smothering his work, and you were saying, well, you smother the puncher's work as well when you do that to get rest if necessary. Can you break those five styles down that you speak on?
Yeah, you got outboxer, you got boxer puncher, you got swarmer, slugger, and counter puncher. Those the five styles of boxing. Then you have both stances. Both stances open up different angles. That's why a kid can fight in both stances. Um, then all of the styles got their defense in their zone. Like for instance, a swarmer is more in the 3.5 zone, meaning he squatted lower. His hands is more tight towards the ribs and body, so he could block anything coming in. Um, and he has a lot of head movement because he got to avoid jabs coming with pressure. And so Kid, he learned the angles of it. It's more than just coming forward. You could come forward from all different angles. Like it's like looking at a clock. For every 5, you got an angle. And a lot of fighters lost the ability to use angles, and let alone use angles in different stances. So it's like a whole different level. But those the 5 styles of boxing. It take about 2 years to learn one of the styles decently, let alone master it. Like a boxer puncher is more like Sugar Ray Robinson. He's more in a taller zone, but not a 4 zone. His legs not locked out, and he's using his jab and using movements and the angles to make them run into the strong shot. And then you have a slugger. Slugger was more like Foreman. They had that thump. They'll knock you out. They don't care what you rock with. They're gonna throw it at you. Or Marcus Madonna. So every style got a counter style. They got a defense, but these people they got to learn it.
Incredible. One other question. I know, and I don't want you to give your game plan away if you get that Tank fight. I hear you saying with Kid being the international champion in the WBA that he can challenge the champion at any time. So, right. In your opinion, not to give the style away, but what style beats Tank style in your opinion?
Tank will never fight us. That's what I said. He said it out of his own mouth. It ain't like it ain't out there. He said it out of his own mouth. Floyd been in 2 camps with Tank. We watched Tank get stopped. We watched Tank flaws.
Hold on. You watched Tank get stopped?
Yeah, that's been out there. Been online. And remember, we was in training camps with him. In training camps, that's where you learn, you practice your mistakes to get better. I mean, every man could get stopped in sparring. It don't mean nothing. What I just mean is Floyd seen being in camp with him twice. Floyd know how he moves. Floyd know his flaws.
So he shared the ring. He shared the ring with Tank.
Tank said, I would never get in the ring with that man.
But they shared the ring together in sparring?
They shared camp together.
Okay, but they didn't. No, what I'm saying is they shared camps, but did they share the ring, like as far as sparring to
This is what I said. Tank said, I would never get in the ring with him. I don't know how you missing that part.
I got you. I see what you're saying.
Tank sat there and watched him spar against Rushes and Rock. So he know how Floyd
I got you.
So everybody else could talk that. He was in camp with us in Sean Porter. He know how Floyd rock. He know Floyd ain't going nowhere. So why would somebody have a tough fight if they don't have to have a tough fight? Especially with a student of the game that they know a student of the game, because every camp they came in, even Adrian Broner's camp, we was there. So he understands that. So why take a fight like that? And this dude got power angles. That's a rough night. Why not take an easier route like a champion that ain't going to move that much, that might not have as much power, and he'll make 4 times the amount? It's still a business. We would never get the Tank fight. Tank will retire. Tank said he only had 4 fights left.
So you're trying to say when they mandate, because right now you're number 2, like you said, and you are number 2 because I've seen it. There's no number 1 right now. They're going to eventually make you number 1. So you saying that he's not going to fight you and he'll give up the belt or retire?
He don't have to, and we don't have to fight him. He's retiring. Mm-hmm. We already got the king of the division right here in line for the WBA belt. We're not worried about anybody that could come. We getting our belt. Then we're going to unify the belts. Well, whoever got them. So
the other champions, what do you feel about the other champions? Now, listen, I see people in the chat. I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm gonna get to it. You can answer if you like. But what happened with the Shakur situation? Because people want to know, like, what happened in Saudi.
It's out there already. People don't want to do the research. It's a different from wanting to know, and it's another thing of just being lazy and not wanting to do your research. Like I done spoke about that so many times. I'm not reliving that. Mm-hmm. The bottom line is, my son is healthy, and we ready to rock. And I learned from my mistakes too. And I can't put that out there, but I learned from my mistakes. People won't get as close to my son as they did. I mean, it is what it is. As a parent, my job was to protect him. Well, and I failed on that aspect because that's my baby. So I want to ask you this. People got lawyers and things like that. I can't talk about this stuff. This ain't no game.
I got you.
There's really lawyers involved. There's a lot of stuff happening. So the bottom line is my son healed and we ready to rock.
What do you feel about the other champions then, like Keyshawn Davis?
I've been put out there what I felt about Keyshawn Davis. I mean, Keyshawn was supposed to fight us before Shakur. He went the belt route. He went, and I commend him. He able to feed his family on that frequency, you know. So I'm proud of him. I'm proud of all the champions. They did what a lot of men can't do. The discipline it takes just to become a champion or just ranked in the top 5. That discipline you have to have.
Hmm.
So it is what it is. I'm proud of them, and we
Absolutely. At
will see
22 years
them.
old, of
We will
course,
see
I'd
them.
definitely be. I'd be proud as well. No,
Yeah.
and much props to you. You know, you bringing them this far, and hopefully further on and to become champion. So, absolutely.
So I got one last question for you, Coach.
Go
And
ahead.
what would you say to somebody who's a young father and they're not sure what to do first? What would you be your advice to them?
It would be to believe in yourself. Invest your money into you. Because one day, no matter how you do it, you remember people used to run the record deals and get their behind blown in. Not saying no P. Diddy, but like financially. They will leave broke without their masters, this. It's entertainment.
No did it. I said no did it. I say no did it. No did it.
Sorry, I had to play that, Coach. You gotta play that.
It's all good. But yeah, that's how it is. Building yourself first. We did it the independent route. We did smaller shows. We threw our own shows at our own arena, putting about 1,200 people in the seat. So before we got to Oscar, we was doing our own thing, our own merch, our own bar with Davies Entertainment, our partner. We brought Davies over there, the Golden Boy, with us when Oscar said, "I'll make you a star." So, it is what it is. I would say believe in yourself first. Invest your money, and you're such a frequency of God. Whatever you believe become real. So if you believe you're gonna create this money, you're gonna create it. Me and my son was homeless. And we went to over 200 and something. Floyd had over 250 amateur fights. And we other people paid this. Just the fact me believing he's a champion, God paved the way. So you gotta understand the spiritual aspect of it, but believe in yourself because as a God, you're supposed to believe in yourself. The Bible say God help those who help themselves. You got to help yourself first. And then people believe in you. We had the 4 commercials, everything before we even got to Golden Boy. So when we sat at that office, we could demand certain things. We could demand 4 fights a year because we've been doing it ourselves. We got books to show. We could say we want this a minimum, this amount. Why? Because we getting that now ourselves. So believe in you. That's sorry for the long answer, but believe in you.
No, that's what we're here for. Go ahead, Dub. I know you got one. I know you got one more, and I know Free and my man Tommy got one more. Go ahead, Dub.
Well, I hear you get a lot of criticism being a father, being more or less in control of your son's career. What do you think about the criticism you get? Because I've heard Bill Haney get that same criticism, and it seems I've never heard. It may possibly a little bit with Angel Garcia, possibly a little bit, but you don't seem. What do you think about the criticism you get as far as running your son's career and people saying that you may be possibly taking advantage or doing anything of that sort? What's your thoughts on that?
Okay, that's a 2-part answer. The first part is, oh my, the first part is, it's I really don't care what people say because if I vibrate, oh, here we go with this speaker. I'm about to get out this damn car, y'all. If it's turn me off, I'm getting out the car, calling you back. But I don't really vibrate on that frequency or care what they really have to say. Number one. Um, And number two, people think I run my son's career. I built a career for my son. I built the whole business. I built the social media platform. I built endorsement deals. This didn't just start. Like at 2 years old, when I had him in the gym, I had to invest money. People don't know to make themselves into an LLC so they can write it off tax wise because they don't understand the game they in. So I formed my son a company, became partners with my son, and then we did a joint venture deal, a deal with Golden Boy where so he could bring in fighters if he want. He's a boss. He his own boss. He's a contractor. He pay his own staff. And this is what I built way before he even was 17. Then I built the social media platform because when we got in the business, nobody wanted to sign us. We had to do it independently like Jay-Z. Everybody turned us down. Floyd didn't win one USA Boxing National because he was a boxer trying to do like 12 rounds. He wanted to think in there. So, amateur just go forward, fight, because they got a little bit of time. They can't really think in there. So I seen the difference, but nobody wanted us. So we had to form ourselves into this business. I had to form it for him. Like now, I still got to do all the business. You know how many meetings I got to take? I got to raise capital to run camps. The last camp cost 129,000 just for camp. So it's like, yo, I built a business, and then people wouldn't tell Nike to give away their business. I built 19 years into this business. I made my son a brand where he get paid just for his image. I did that. So me and my son understand the partnership. He fight, I handle the business. It has to. If we have a corporation that has to run, and people that got to get fed. So people don't see the business aspect. So what they saying to us don't make sense. Why would we build a corporation and then leave our own business to send my son where? Why wouldn't I promote as the president of the company? That would make no
For sure.
sense. Look at my promote and look how big he is mentioned with all the big ones from my big mouth, my marketing. And then they say, oh, he needs to sit down. The only reason y'all know about me is my marketing. So it's like people got to understand greatness when they see it and understand this is two brothers doing it that came from homeless. This is the real pursuit of happiness in modern day. And
Amazing.
now that people getting to see him, they can understand two gods and see what we manifesting in time. But we gonna live out this dream. He's gonna show he's the greatest boxer of all time. So he can live out his dream of being mentioned with Sugar Ray Robinson and Henry Armstrong and all those greats that had hundreds of fights. So
Yeah.
that's
Hey,
it.
you put some pressure on him, dog. Them the
I never put
greatest.
pressure on him.
Them the
He put that
greatest.
on himself. He put that on himself since 2 years old. Anybody that know him, they could see interviews. He said it himself. Me as a dad, I'm believing in my son. And no matter who come with disbelief, I'm telling my son, you got it. You said you're doing it, I'm with you. That's what a dad's supposed to do. If he fall, pick him up, scuff him off. You got it. What you want to do? All right, I'm here with you. So that's a dad. People not used to seeing a dad and a real dad. So it's like in a dad that only had a son, it was me and him by ourselves. I raised him by myself. So people don't see this. They haven't seen what we've been through. When they see the movie, then maybe they will respect the greatness on both our parts because we don't have nothing to fall back to.
Hey, Senior, I gotta tell you, I'm a single father myself, and I really appreciate what you just said there because hey, I got a 9-year-old, and hey, that's my heart and joy. You feel me? I'm gonna put everything I got into that young brother. So I appreciate that opinion right there.
Anytime. Because he's gonna put that in your grandkids. And the tree becomes better and more fruitful. We gotta plant the seed, y'all. As men, is bigger than boxing. Boxing is the only freedom that a brown man, if people want to call him, could get. Like Jack Johnson used to ride around with white women get tickets. They never hung him from a tree because boxing, they respect their gladiators. You still in Rome.
You're right, for sure. That's a good point.
So their gladiators get to sit with politicians, get super rich. As their boxers is the celebrity. Celebrities idolize boxers because everybody want to be with the tough guy. These are just gladiators, so understand it. And I wish y'all well, man. Anytime y'all need an interview, I got y'all.
I appreciate you, man. Hey, I just
But
want
your
to
other
say
guy
this,
had a
man.
question, right? Then one of them,
Go ahead,
somebody
Tom. You
else.
got a question before we get out of here. Go ahead, Tom.
No, I'm good. I appreciate your answers and appreciate you coming on and speaking with us. I mean, and good luck to you and your son, and I hope to talk to you soon. And it'd be nice if you come over here to the East Coast. I'm in New York. I go to all the fights out here. To try to get a fight here at the Garden. I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? So,
And when y'all come,
Our biggest market is New York. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, Albany Projects. That's
okay,
where I
Oh,
was
okay.
raised.
I'm in the
So
Bronx,
I still
and
got my.
well, we
I'm in the
need y'all to
Bronx.
come
I'm
down to
in
Georgia too. We need
yeah.
y'all to come down to Georgia too. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm in Georgia, so we
Ain't
need
nothing
y'all
to do
to.
in Georgia, man. Don't go down to Georgia.
I got something for you.
Uh-oh, we lost him. Did we lose
I
him?
got
He
something
probably
for
was.
you in Georgia, Floyd. Y'all can hear me?
No, no,
Yeah,
you
Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah,
I
yeah,
can,
yeah,
Y'all can hear me?
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Floyd did his whole amateur career in Georgia.
Mm.
1 second, my daughter trying to call, so she kind of blocking me. But he did his whole amateur career in Georgia. We lived in Marietta, Georgia.
And,
So
and
people don't understand that too.
it's crazy because they have a fight card coming up not this coming weekend, but the next weekend. Georgia, it's an amateur fight card, but Georgia versus everybody, and I'll be at that card. So hey, definitely, man. I really appreciate your time and energy, sir. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Y'all have a blessed
So I
one.
just want you to do me a favor. I want you to shout out my man, Boxing Scholar. This is my guy. He stole my mom's towel, so I always pick with him, man. So I got you up here. You know we gotta have fun, man. Shout out to Boxing.
Like, who is he?
He just a guy who stole my grandma's towels. It's a joke.
You serious? You dead?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, I'm like, why I'm shouting out the dude that stole your towels? What's up, Boxing Scholar? I wish you could have been on the interview with us. Shout out to you.
I appreciate you, Coach, man. We'll talk to you soon, brother. Peace.
All right, peace.
All right.
This dude, BVO, terrible.
He out of order,
BVO,
man. BVO be out of order. He be the man.
Hold on. That's my friend. I can say what I want.
Can I say something real quick? I mean, he really was avoiding some of the questions. Like, I don't know why he kept telling us that to research it. Like, he could have just told us. Like, I didn't understand why he was doing that. Like, I asked him straightforward questions. I mean, he beat it around the bush a little bit, but he could have said some more stuff about the situation.
No did it. I said no did it. I say no did it. No did it.
Why? Because I said beat around the bush?
Whatever you want to say, Mike Wallace, it don't matter. Shout out to my man, Coach Schofield, man. Because you know what I will say is this. All jokes aside, I appreciate the brother taking his time to come talk to the Sports Talk Network, because a lot of people do a lot of this and that, but that brother stands by his word. So I got nothing but praise for him. And like I said, man, I always talk good about Kid Austin. I think he's a great fighter. No matter what happens, man, we all make mistakes. We all learning. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and do like.
No, I wasn't. I'm not trying to say anything bad about it.
It's not. Hey, listen, I understand you just a bodega worker. I know what you mean. I know what you're saying.
I'm just trying. I'm just saying. I mean, his son is a good kid, right? And I wish him the best. Like I don't. You guys spoken to me many times. I don't really have any fan. I'm not really a fan of any box. I like all the fighters, and I respect everything they do. He's only 22 years old, and at 22 years old, he's already been in he's already ranked number 2 in the WBA, and there's a lot of great things. He almost had that big fight with Shakur. I mean, and he was going to probably get paid 7 digits. I'm assuming. At 22 years, that's a great thing. I'm just saying, like, there's some things that people wanted to know, and I think he could have touched up on it a little bit more. It's not just me and not you. I think people in the chat, they wanted to get some more info. So, but I don't wish anything bad. I think he's a great person, and I think his son is great as well. So we just want to know what's going on, from their point of view. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it was.
I mean, I'll just say I get exactly what you're saying. I definitely wish we could have got more answers and stuff. But one thing I've learned, when it's your buddies, when it's your friends, man, you gotta give them a break.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, Ben Israel, man, you out of order, bro. Hey, Dub, time that out. Time that idiot out, bro.
Wait a minute, hold on. That's my
brother
right there. That's my brother.
Yeah, but no, this is.
What is he saying?
I don't know
I ain't on that time. I ain't on that type of time.
But what are you saying? I don't
know.
Oh, he was just saying a bunch of crazy stuff that you wouldn't want a top tier guest to say. But it's all good. For now on, we know how to move. It's all good.
But it was a great info. He gave some great information, and and I like the way he broke down earlier on when you asked him about the TO comments and stuff, and then I asked, I put in my little 2 cents. So I mean, I thought it was great. I mean, I got nothing bad to say about anybody, and especially not them. So
no.
BVO, we don't want to hear you say Diddy no more.
Get out of here. Well, I put like this, man. I put like all jokes aside. I think what we want to do, we want to be able to talk to the fighters, because it's cool talking about them, but I want to talk to them. And shout out to them for giving us the opportunity to talk to them, because I don't care.
Absolutely.
I don't care what nobody says.
I'm not trying to criticize. I'm not criticizing because you see.
I'm not speaking about you in general. I'm just more or less saying, like, I know going forward, like in the comments, man, if y'all gonna disrespect the guests, man, don't come through. We don't need you disrespecting
Okay,
guests.
yeah, I don't know what's
Because we got
what's being said.
this is a professional organization we got going. So if
Yeah.
you want to say your little stupid things, go jump on a nail. How about that? But as far as being disrespectful to our guests, I'm not gonna say nothing crazy because we want to monetize the video, but you a sucker for that. You a sucker, man. That's not how you move business when we dealing with good people. So that's exactly why, they don't let some idiots, come through, because what you was saying in there, Ben Israel, was corny, bro. You's a corny dude for that. You corny for that, bro. You're corny for that. Go ahead, Scholar.
Yeah, you got another thing I want to add, and that's why today I was trying to get him to say a little bit more, but and I respected everything he said, and and I respected what he wanted to talk about and what he didn't want to talk about. But you get on me a lot when I do my interviews, and you say, "Yo, you too nice. You tell her what everybody wants to hear." And today I didn't do that, and then over here you're telling me like you're not consistent.
You can't. What you say? Hey, Tommy,
BVO
what you
say
say,
it ain't
Tommy?
so.
You can't win. You can't win.
I can't win, bro. I swear to God.
Hold on. You got to remember, man. They're not gonna talk to y'all about it. They're gonna tell me. So you know how it be, man. You know how it be.
Yo, BVO, y'all almost got.
Because next week, I'm gonna let y'all know this now. We interviewing Malik Scott. Malik Scott's coming. So at the end of the day, man, Sports Talk Network's doing some big things. I just got off the phone with my brother Malik Scott. He's coming through. We got so many good people that's coming through, man. I don't want you guys to miss this movement. It's different than most. We some good brothers trying to come together and trying to give y'all the best entertainment we can. And I got my Puerto Rican partners, man, D Free, Puerto Rican Tommy, and I got my brother from Georgia, my man Dub Right Side. So we doing some big things over here, man. Because like I said, we're gonna talk to the guys and not about them. How's that?
And
it's funny how you say that.
Hold on, real quick, Tommy. We are locked in. We have an interview coming up on Friday as well. I've been in contact with. You can't hear me?
We can't hear you now.
Go ahead. I didn't hear what you said. You kind of went out a little bit.
I said we got an interview coming up on Friday with a trainer straight out of Georgia. Two of his sons are ranked as far as the amateurs go. They still young, you know what I'm saying? I believe 15 and 13. So as far as the age go, but we're gonna Sports Talk Network, we're trying to bring y'all all the good content, man. That's all we
we got some dope stuff coming.
So again, and it's not personal. You my dog, Ben Israel. Don't ever do no corny stuff like that again, bro. That's whack. Don't do that to us, bro. That's whack. I'm your brother. Show us a little more respect than to disrespect our guests, man. That's some sucker stuff. Because at the end of the day, I would never do that. I would never invite somebody into my home and let somebody disrespect them. I'm just saying that. So that was corny. Use a cornball for that. That's coming from BVO. That's not coming from nobody else. It's coming from BVO Boxing. Use a cornball for that. But go ahead. Go ahead, Scott.
Yo, me and BVO.
The chat troll us all the time, bro. The chat gonna troll. That's what the chat
We
does.
We can get trolled, but all I'm saying is we gotta be real, bro. You can't have nobody talking crazy. He know better. I'm not talking about the chat. Ben know better. He know better than that.
Okay. I'll plead the fifth on that one.
I'll let you plead the fifth.
Yo.
Go ahead, Scott. You got something. Go ahead, bro.
What happened? What's going on? Why is
Scholar want to come up here and clown.
We got too much stale. We got stale noise, man. What are y'all doing? Shout out to my brother in the building, man, Mr. Chapman. What's going on, Mr. Chapman?
Yo, Dub, you always out of order, man. You let BVO talk to you like that, man. He comes over here and said, we're trying to do something great, and then we got the brothers, and we're doing something good. And then he said, I even got my two Puerto Rican homies here, so we're not part of the brotherhood. Then I got my guy from Georgia. He said, but check it. He says, then I got my guy from Georgia in Dub Right Side. So I guess you're not part of the brothers too. You didn't peep what BVO said. That's what I was trying to say. But,
the thing is, T, like I know, BVO, the most out of order individual that I've been a part of. So we already know that man gonna look. The first time we've seen an individual troll on his own channel. He trolling his guest. It is what it is. I ain't got no problem with it. I ain't got no problem with it. That's how.
Hold on, who did I troll?
You trolling everybody. You might be the ultimate troll, bro.
Well, I don't understand why Canelo.
Hold on. You still telling folks I'm from Riverdale, Georgia. You the ultimate troll.
BVO, you had that man thinking I stole your grandma's purse, man. Come on, bro.
You said what about my grandma?
The towels. He said, hold on, you gonna shop the
towels?
Who stole the towels?
And that's insulting, BVO, because you know if I steal something from your grandma, there ain't gonna be no towels. I want that Social Security check.
Now you know one thing about Scholar. You think he can't take you no lower than the curb, he just lay in the street. So shout out to Scholar, man, for always laying in the street, man. With a big bottle of grease as avatar. That's crazy, you trolling Tank like that.
Bro, how you know that's for Tank, brother? This is for awareness. You remember they used to have there? This is like.
But I'm excited.
Hey, if you have some blue magic, you definitely black.
Facts.
It's a brand name. But I'm excited about what's going on with the Sports Talk Network, man. Because like I said, Malik Scott's finally gonna come through. We're gonna have a lot of fun. And shout out to Tommy for calling me out. I was being a little extra on my tees, man. Hold up,
BVO.
I pay attention to what you be saying, bro.
How you gonna have a special guest and then you gonna play the No Diddy drop?
Yeah, that was funny.
Man was out of order, man. He out of order. Free, tell him again. Ask that question again, Free. Tell him he out of order.
This man played a No Diddy drop.
I like that because that was a double. That was bars right there, as my man Pride say, bars. He did a double entendre right there. But what I really want to know is how come you didn't ask him when he was giving that I believe speech? How come you didn't ask him if he believed he was going to rerun that or run that fight?
Mr. Chairman, I hate to say this, Mr. Chairman, your mic is trash, and you
sound. I'm gonna get off of it.
You sound terrible.
I can't hear you. Say it again.
I say respectfully. He left. Okay.
What'd you say?
Chairman, I apologize. Your mic was out of order, man. It was out of order.
But hold up. BVO,
who's listening in the background?
When you do the drop, BVO, you gotta wait for the people to finish talking. You be cutting people off when you do the drop.
You couldn't even hear what the man said. You couldn't even.
Hey, when they get to saying something,
I will give you credit because he was the one who said no Diddy first. He was the one. So
I wasn't even gonna play it, so I heard him say no Diddy. When I heard that,
BVO, we're gonna do better next week.
Well, Malik,
are we gonna do better next week, BVO, when we interviewing the guy that made Michael Spink's mouthpiece?
Yo, BVO, why you got my logo?
I don't know, BVO troll.
I told y'all he the ultimate troll.
Man, that man BVO using Thomas logo.
How you troll on your own show, bro? That's
BVO's a special troll because he a troll that can't take it, but he can dish it.
BVO is a part of that daggone. BVO is a part of the race that Dub Rightside was talking about last night.
I thought I had a good show.
Yeah, you did have a good show. I appreciate the show, but all I'm saying is this, man. These dudes is hypersensitive, man. So you gotta be careful what you say. That's that simple.
Wait, hold on.
I mean, in the chat, I think it's different. In the chat, you can say what you want. I mean, you got to be respectful in some way, but
if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
It's not. But listen. It's not like he's up here saying what he said to the person straight up. That would be mad disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? But in the chat,
he wouldn't even read the chat. He didn't even know who was in the chat. Most of the time, the guests don't read the chat.
Yeah. So it's like that's why I don't pay much attention to like if it's a comment like that. You know, most of the time it's funny anyway, but I don't think the guests really look at the chat anyway. You know, if they point it out, then they point it out like, hey, who's that guy there? What are you talking about? Then we can address it. But
I feel you. I feel what y'all saying. Hey, all I can say is this, man. I got to get better too. I got to remember that. Where you say you from again? So I don't say Riverdale because I only think about Riverdale. I think about Waka Flocka. That's the reason why I think about Riverdale.
Hey,
where you from in Georgia?
Just to get rid of the whole because technically it's a W, but hey, WR to get rid of all of that. I'm from Middle Georgia, man. Just say Middle Georgia.
Middle Georgia. Okay.
Middle Georgia.
Middle Georgia. All right, cool. Girl,
I'm gonna try to work on my interviews too, because BVO, he tell me one thing one day, and then today he want to tell me another thing. No, but I think it went well. I mean, well, it is what it is.
No, that was a great interview. That was a great interview,
Go ahead.
and I gotta say, with him, even I done heard him speak on the 5 styles of boxing so many times. So for him to break it down the way that he did, I ain't got no problem with it.
No, that was good. That was good too.
Yeah.
But I just, listen, it is what it is. I wanted him to touch more on what happened with, in Saudi. But
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, and this kind of how I realized it. When I seen him, because me and him had talked a couple of weeks ago, like when all this first happened, I figured that he wasn't gonna talk about it, and I just left it at that.
Yeah.
But he did go on another show and talk about it, but also brought up the point that I can't talk about this too much more because they have lawyers involved, these type of things, and I do understand that piece of it.
I get that too, but he could have beat around. He could have beat around it a little bit and explain a little bit of what's going on, and then without messing up whatever deposition or whatever is out there. You know what I'm saying? As far as with the lawyers and stuff like that, he could have done that. You know what I'm saying? And he's got to understand that it's not just us. As people doing an interview trying to be nosy or get into the business. It's that we're doing a show as well. And there's people that watching our show, and they want us to ask these questions, right? I mean, we'll be doing the chat and injustice. So
yeah, I'm gonna say this because based off of what he said, he alluded to the fact of something foul happened, not that it was a weight, the weight drain or anything like that. He alluded to something foul. So even though he didn't say anything, he alluded to it. So people that might see this. And they see that part, they're gonna run with that clip because he left it out there.
Oh, let me say this real quick. Next week we got a special guest. I'm trying to get it set up now. We're gonna have my brother Abdul Carter from Penn State is gonna stop by BVO Boxing and talk to us a little bit about his draft experience and what he's gonna do.
Wait a minute.
That's a big.
You said he gonna be on the show?
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, the best edge rusher in the draft, in my personal opinion.
I think he could go number one, depending on.
He's not going number one. He's not going number one.
No, so far as edge rusher.
The Titans got the number one pick, right?
Say it again?
Yeah, the Titans. You don't think the Titans will take him? They're going to draft the quarterback, you think?
No,
I think they end up trading away from the pick.
Okay.
What? Forget all that. I get what you said on that, but shout out to Abdul. He said he's gonna come through next week. Come talk to us. Give us about an hour or so.
We're gonna shout out to
I know one thing. He might not be the number one pick, but he's definitely going to be the first air rusher to go. I can tell you that much.
He ain't gonna sit there long. I'll tell you that.
That man is a beast, bro. He's a beast. I hope he gets to the 11th pick. I hope we compare him with Micah.
He might be better than the guy from the Cowboys that went to Penn State.
You out of order.
He might
be better than Michael, man. He's bigger for sure.
What's his name? Parson Mike or something like that. What's his name?
Security.
I think that you're talking about the guy that does good against bad teams, but when he plays good teams, he don't show up, right?
BVO, you supposed to be damn security, man. Remove these.
BVO, you might need to do a walk on. You might need to do a walk on as an equipment manager, brother. I heard you used to play a little ball back in the day.
Hey, well, I feel you. I understand that you sell necklaces at the African Festival every year, but when you talking about me, brother, I actually played big time ball. I can sing you the
First off, my food truck gonna blow up, brother. I sell glizzy. BVO come buy glizzy from me. He say he don't even want the bun. He say he don't want the fork, the bun, nothing. He just give me the glizzy.
Wow.
Well,
you guys are wild, man.
Yeah, you sick, man. But I'll say this, man. All jokes aside, man. Shout out to my man Scholar for coming through. Shout out my man Dub. Appreciate you coming through. And you know what? Shout out to my man Puerto Rican Tommy and Free. Because one thing I will say is I like what we doing as a team because we come together and we doing big interviews, man. They said we couldn't do it. Like I said, we about to have Abdul Carter, hopefully number one pick. Come on, man. That's gonna be great, man. Abdul is a really funny dude, so he gonna be roasted, man. You know, so just be ready. You know how BVO's always ready. Stay ready because Abdul got some crazy stuff.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't ask him is he going to Cleveland because he's gonna tell you no. I just don't want him to hurt your feelings.
Hey, don't get that man.
I know you're gonna ask him. I know you're gonna ask him.
Don't get that man.
He said,
Don't
"What?"
get that man up here to start line. Now he don't want to go to damn Cleveland. Nobody want to go to Cleveland. So
Hold on. We gonna get Shador if he's there. I'm sure we're gonna get Shador. The black Chad Pennington. We getting the black Chad Pennington.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Dion already said he might. Hey, between New York and Cleveland, Dion might not let his son go to damn Cleveland. So.
Listen,
Well, you know,
Giants,
Dion is in Cleveland right now. You know that, right?
The Giants ain't drafting a quarterback.
Yeah, they drafted a quarterback.
They
got nobody.
The Giants never draft a black quarterback. They're not going to do it again this year.
They talking about getting Aaron Rodgers
I tell you what I did hear is the Giants is looking at Aaron Rodgers, but they probably going to draft a quarterback as well. But they're looking to get Aaron Rodgers.
If they draft a quarterback, they're going to draft Jackson Dart or somebody like that, bro. Like
probably.
Yeah, they're not going to draft.
That's a good pick for them
in the early rounds. I don't think so.
They're not going to draft a black quarterback. You can book it.
I don't think color got anything to do with it. Respect.
The Giants have never, ever draft. It's just what it is. And it's not gonna. They should be getting, if they had the opportunity to get Cam Ward, who I think is the best quarterback in the draft, I would get Cam Ward. But
I'm gonna be honest with you though.
I like Cam
those
Ward.
guys, if you ask me, as far as Shador and Cam Ward, I don't think any of those guys are worth spending a high pick on, in my opinion. I don't think those guys are franchise changers. I don't think they're like CJ Stroud.
It doesn't matter.
Or like
it doesn't matter.
I don't think
they might not be. They might not be franchise changers, but with a draft, with a draft that has such a weak quarterback draft, you got to get the best guys at quarterback.
But next year's going to be loaded. That's why I say that. Next year's going to be loaded.
Even if you get those guys now, they're not a franchise changer. So you probably not going to be winning a lot. If you need a lot on your team, you probably not going to win a lot of games. So you still will have a chance to get a better quarterback, but you don't want to let that quarterback go. And he happened to be a Jaden Daniels or a daggone Justin Herbert or one of these other young quarterbacks, and you never know what they're going to be like when they get into the pros.
Hey, real quick, I gotta say this. Regardless, even though you think that the next year's class is gonna be loaded, I remember last year before everything happened, Carson Beck was supposed to be a top 10 pick. And
he was supposed to be number one. They were talking about number one.
That man went out there and or underperformed, and now instead of going to the draft, what he doing? He transferring to Miami. So all I'm saying is when you say it's gonna be loaded, we don't know what's gonna happen until we see it.
Yeah, because they was projecting him somewhere in the top 5. They said around the first quarterback, one of the first quarterbacks off the board. And he went out there and laid an egg this year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, man. Shout out to the mighty Sports Talk Network. You coming on tonight, Dub, or you off tonight?
No, tonight is my off night, man. I'm off tonight.
Okay.
I can't do it. I've been working. It's too much work. It's too much.
So no brother Dub tonight. You coming in on Friday, Tommy?
Yeah, I should. I'm not sure if we're gonna have somebody on or not. I'm waiting. Okay. We're supposed to, I'm thinking of bringing John Scully again, but it's not really much to do with the Better BF fight. It's more that they're doing a fundraiser at the end of this month that we're supposed to be attending. So they're doing it for Bobby Ches, the former heavyweight contender. So
if you don't end up going on, let me know. I'm gonna bring Uncle Stitch on Friday. Then if you don't do it, so let me know because I want to do it.
Wait a minute, we still got and I would ask all y'all. Hey, we got the coach from Hitsville. You know what I'm saying? His kids as well coming on. I help.
We'll be there for that then. And you know what? You saying that? I'm gonna hit Uncle Stitch up and see if he'll do the interview with us.
That'd be cool. That'd be good.
Yeah, I'll see if he'll do it with us. I'll text him tonight before I go to bed.
I told you Stitch was out here for the last Top Rank card, and he went to visit a school in the Bronx, and then he took the train all the way to the weigh-in.
Did you give him a big hug?
You're an asshole, bro. I swear to God.
You know what I'm saying? And you know your boy Tommy, man, he wanted to give him a hug and kiss, man.
Yeah.
Other Stitch.
I can't, man. I swear to God.
You got anything before we get out of here, Piro?
Yeah, no, just want to say what up, man, and change it back to the JBT, bro. Like respectfully, bro. The what do you call it? Sports Talk Network, bro.
Like, you out of order.
Who is this?
You out of order, man.
I don't know, right? I like the JBT more.
You out of order, man.
It rolls better.
Hold on, you out of order, Piro. You my brother, but you out of order.
I'm always out of order, Dub. And you're tired, bro? Come on, all you do is put people in the back, bro. Ain't that tiring?
Out of order productions is in full effect.
Hey, say it again, D Free. Out of order promotions, baby.
Out of order promotions in full effect.
Yo, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Who is this guy? This guy does interviews. He does shows. He got a channel.
Who, Piro?
Oh, me?
Piro?
Yeah.
No, he may be a bigger troll than BVO is.
So you come on here and you talk about another network, and then you disrespect the network that we on, like just because
it's smoke.
You took it as disrespect, BVO?
I take it as disrespect. I do because you on my channel right now, bro, and it's like you bringing up another network. Like, for what reason?
I didn't hop on BVO's channel.
I'm saying it's streaming to my channel too, bro.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
don't do that,
I don't know if you know who you are, bro. Like, to be honest, I don't know.
Hey, we professional now, Piro.
Yeah, but you don't have to know who. I don't know who the fuck you are. But you coming on here promoting somebody else and disrespecting the people.
I didn't promote anybody else. I didn't promote anybody else, bro.
Nah, yeah, you did. You did.
No, I didn't.
And that's some whole ass shit, bro. For real.
Nah, ain't no whole
no, dead ass.
I mean, you're getting in your feelings, bro. Like,
no, that's some whole ass shit.
Hey, on that note,
like,
I wouldn't do that shit to anybody else.
I'm
just saying.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that shit.
Shout out to BVO Boxing. You understand? Check the boy out. Check the kid out. You understand?
Internet.
Hello. It is your girl Maya, and I just wanted to give a shout out to my fellas at BVO Boxing. What's up, fellas? How are you guys? Hopefully great. And I will be seeing you.
Get out.
Did y'all hear me? Okay, good. I didn't say that out loud.
So what you say?
Nothing. I plead the fifth.
But shout out to my man Tommy. Hey, but Tommy's the co-chairman, man. So when you say some goofy stuff like that, bro, it's
no. But I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to anybody else. You feel me? Like,
I wouldn't either.
You understand the point of that? Like, especially unless, and you're not even on another channel. Like, you promoted another channel. Like we do.
I'm not promoting any other channel, bro. Like I said, I don't know you, bro. I know BVO. I know Dub, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And you coming over here saying, "Yo, you should have been with these dudes." Like you clowning me by saying that because you telling him
who you are. I'm not clowning you, bro. Like literally, like
why I'm rocking with me.
Remove
that's what you're saying.
And relax, bro.
That's what you're
I
saying.
don't even know you.
That's what I don't. Yeah, you don't know me, but you telling him.
All right,
you telling him you should rock with
like
this
literally.
And you should have rocked with Dog or me or whoever else on the channel. That's what you did. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't know who you are, bro. No, I don't.
What I'm saying is you telling him to rock. You shouldn't be rocking with me. That's what you're saying. When you come up here,
I said that I like the JBT better, which is BVO.
Nah, you said you should be rocking with them and you shouldn't be rocking with us. That's what you said without saying.
The JBT and the STN are the same people, bro.
It's not the same.
He don't know the difference, Tommy. Piro don't know the difference at all.
Nah, it's just the way he's saying it, bro. The way he's saying it right now. No. But check it. The way you're saying it right now, you just said it. It make more sense. But the way you said it before, that's not what you said.
Yeah, it didn't sound like that.
BVO.
That's what I'm trying to say.
It didn't sound like it didn't sound like that before. But shout out to Tom, and I respect it because Tom is right. That's why we try to get better. We having fun up here, but
I would have disrespected
BVO. My bad, bro. BVO, my bad.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
My bad.
Like I said with Big Israel, you right. I shouldn't have got mad. It is what it is. Today being Tommy some angry bears today.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm not like that. You know, I'm not like that. I'm just saying I wouldn't do that to anybody else.
I know exactly what you're saying.
But now that he explained it, it makes more sense. But I'm just saying, like, because we go on here, we just did an interview with Floyd Schofield. And you've done man interviews. I've done man interviews. I be at the fights getting content with people and stuff like that. Like, I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? And we all working together. But like when you come on and you tell he's talking to you, he's not talking to me, right? And he's saying, yo, you should have rocked with this one, not rock with them. I take it as like, yo, you telling him not to rock with me. That's how I took it. You feel,
Yeah.
or not to rock with Dub, or not to rock with D3. That's how I took it. The way you came across. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because Piro is STN anyway. He with us too. So
Nah, I'm CCD. You know that. BVO.
you say you got
All
an
day,
STD.
every day. CCD, bro. All day, every day. And PFM. I started it, but anyway, that's not here nor there, BVO. But yeah, man, I didn't mean to disrespect your channel, BVO. I don't know who this is, bro. You know me. We go way back since when I met you on Scholars and you came at me all like crazy and shit. That's why I liked you, bro. Like literally, I don't like the sensitive shit, bro. Like people like just get overly sensitive over nothing, bro. That's why like BVO, I rock with you since that day and shit. Like even Scholar was like, "Hey, Udo, relax." I'm like,
we rock, hey, we rock it, man. We rock it, man. We all cousins. You got anything done before we get out of here?
Hey man, shout out to everybody, man. Hell of an interview, BVO. Shout out to my brother TD, man. Shout out to my brother Piro. I ain't got no problem with y'all having smoke with each other. I'll be honest with you.
I don't have no problem with the dude. I don't have a problem with
anybody. I don't got nobody on the internet.
Hold on. Let me finish my word. Let me finish my word. But
go ahead. Sorry.
Tommy said we gotta. Hey man, we will be live again tomorrow. Hell, I ain't even gonna lie. See, BVO, you on some nonsense now. Now you on some nonsense. You know what? I'm probably gonna go live tonight just because of that right there. Just because of that, I'm probably gonna go live tonight. And but Friday, man, y'all tap in Friday. I really want to put these young brothers on. Once again, we have a head trainer at Hitsville Gym, fresh out of Forest Park, Georgia. Both of his sons are ranked in the amateurs at this current moment in time. Still young brothers, so we want to give them as much exposure as we can, as well as putting on everything that's going on as far as Georgia boxing going on. If y'all listen to the great brother, Mr. Schofield, senior Schofield, let me say it respectfully. What he said, kid cut his teeth in where? In Georgia. That's where he cut his teeth at. So we're gonna be going ahead and interviewing the brothers in Georgia. So man, y'all show up and show out, man. Much love and respect. Appreciate you, BVO. Much love to my brother TD. Much love to my brother Piro. D3 was here. Man, much love to everybody, man. Nothing but love and respect to everybody, and we'll do it again.
Hey man, shout out to the Sports Talk Network. We coming for the #1 spot. Y'all watch out. Get ready for Crush in the morning. You say you're not coming tonight, Dub?
No, I'm about to go. I'm gonna go live tonight just because of.
All right, hit me up, Dub.
That's right.
I got you. I'll hit you up.
Oh, we'll see you tonight. So check out Dub Right Side. He probably come on 11:30 tonight. Yep. Check him out. One of the best guys on YouTube, man. Ain't nobody messing with him. And then we be back tomorrow with Dub tonight. In the morning, we got Crush at 6 a.m. And we gone, y'all. Peace.
All right, peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching BVO. And if you're down with BVO, subscribe and join the community. Have a great night.